Okay, the special's been out for 2 weeks, guys. Have you watched it? Come on, it's doing so great. Why have you not watched it yet? You hate me? You hate me? This week on the podcast, one of my dear friends in comedy who I really made friends with over the internet, Robin Tran, absolutely blew up on the internet during the pandemic. Just did David Letterman show on Netflix. I mean, phenomenal comedian, one of my favorites just to even watch, and I love having her on the pod. We talk about, it's kind of a comedy episode. We talk about doing comedy in queer spaces, and Ali Kolbert is co-hosting. It's a great conversation. I hope you like it as much as I did. Listener, this episode is brought to you by Dipsea. Dipsea is an app full of hundreds of short, sexy audio stories designed for people just like you. It's radically inclusive. That's one of the things I love about Dipsea. And it has stories for straight and queer listeners. And 56% of the stories are voice acted by people of color. For listeners of the show, Dipsea is offering an extended 30-day free trial when you go to dipseastories.com/gay. That's 30 days of full access for free when you go to dipseastories.com/gay. One more time, that's dipseastories.com/gay. Listener, this episode is brought to you by Hello Tushy. The Hello Tushy bidet cleans your bum 2 times better than wiping and prevents poo particles from spreading to your hands and everything you touch. It's so easy to attach, requires no electricity or additional plumbing, and cuts toilet paper use by 80%. The Hello Tushy bidet pays for itself in just a few months. With over 100,000 5-star reviews, see why millions of people already love Hello Tushy and be a part of taking care of business the cleaner way. Go to hellotushy.com/WHGS and use promo code WHGS to get 10% off plus free shipping on your first bidet order. That's hellotushy.com/WHGS for 10% off. Go, go, go. Go clean your butt, listener.
I find talking about sex itself, I get kind of bashful.
Oh.
There's also this, like, the trans thing on top of it.
Yeah.
So, yeah, I mean, I just think I'm always apologizing for existing. Even when I get horny, I feel like a little guilty.
Wow.
Like, it's like, oh, I shouldn't be getting horny.
Are you talking about that in therapy?
Yeah. Do you want to work through that?
Oh, I guess I should, but no, I
You
stopped.
deserve to feel
Yeah,
horny.
you don't have to feel shame
Oh,
around
I
that.
do feel horny.
I know, but the
And then,
shame
and,
part.
then, and then I jack off to how ashamed I feel. I'm sorry.
I gotta come up with a story.
You have to come up with a story.
Every week. Every damn
Haven't
week.
you left that part of the podcast? Like, just like fallen off with that part?
No. I'm still doing stories. Does it not feel that way?
Never.
You
once
and
have
I
you gotten
never.
a story. I've been on this podcast like 5 times and never heard one sex story.
Are we
Literally.
Are we recording? I'm rolling. Okay, good. I have stories, Ali.
I've not heard a story. Like, every time you're like, do
Listener?
you have a story? And I'm like, I can't tell you about
Listener?
sex with my wife again.
Listener, write in. Have you heard a gay sex story from me recently? I think so. I had a dry humping story recently.
Really?
I can't remember. But it is hard. It is hard.
And are
week
they
after
meant to be
week.
funny stories?
No, I literally just hope that the talent in the room will take my garbage sex life story
Okay.
and
Hey,
uplift it.
Dry humping to me is the height of sex.
I agree
I
with you.
love
We've talked.
humping.
You were on the podcast, so we're not in the apartment. We're in the studio. We're having gay sex. We're having gay sex with Robin Tran, repeat guest, great
Yes.
comedian,
Thank you so much for having me back.
JFL, right?
JFL, yes.
Wow,
that was it.
congrats.
Netflix
Thank you.
something or other.
Yeah,
probably.
I was on the That's My Time with David Letterman on Netflix.
That is
Wow.
awesome.
I'm on episode 5.
What an incredible experience.
How did that come about? How does that come about?
I don't know how it happened. I just got a phone call one day and it was like, I kind of feel like I stumble on to success by accident. I keep failing up, because I just kind of do like comedy and then I'll have like managers or agents reach out to me and I won't know if they're a big deal or not. I'll just like, yeah, sure. Because I just kind of like to be at home playing video games and stuff. And then one day I just got a phone call and it was like Letterman saw like 1,000 he handpicked 6 comedians and you're one of them and you're gonna be doing this thing. And it's like I had barely left my house, you know.
Honor of all honors.
Yeah,
Yeah,
seriously.
yeah.
Someone blow my brains out. I'm the opposite of you. I try extremely hard and
keep failing.
Keep failing.
That's
keep
true.
failing
I
down.
succeed downward.
That's not
You
true.
fail up, I
I keep
succeed
failing
down.
up.
No, this is your thing that
I
like
know, I'm
you're
bad.
grasping.
No,
Yeah.
no, I feel like I keep
Wait, this is yours.
It is?
Yeah.
I keep playing like hard to get by accident in the industry. I feel like that's kind of how it happened, but it didn't really hit me how big of a deal it was.
Yeah, take your jacket off. I can be the only one with a blue corduroy jacket on. Sorry, I'm sorry.
No, it's so I didn't really process that it was a real thing until because you have to get like a COVID test that day. And everything. And so in my brain, I'm like,
There's anything in Hollywood.
I'm gonna fail the COVID, even though I've never had COVID. I'm gonna fail it.
Or you'll record it and they'll pull it out.
Or like they'll cancel it on the day of, or I'll get into a car accident, or it was something.
I'll die. Right
I don't think this is gonna actually happen.
Or I gotta check the stove because my mother will die.
Yeah.
Yeah. And then
Right.
so it was like on the day when I got the COVID test and it came back negative. And now it's like 2 p.m. and we're going to tape in like 4 hours. Then I'm like, oh, I'm about to be on That's My Time with David Letterman.
And I think that's so much cooler than late
Yeah.
night, by the way. No
Yeah.
offense to late night. Sorry, I know you've done every late night program in America, Ali.
It's not cooler.
But sitting down and being interviewed
No,
is
are
like,
you kidding me? It's like being out with the ghost of Johnny Carson and he invites you over to the couch. It's
Yeah.
the
Yeah,
equivalent.
yeah.
That was the idea is I did a tight 5 and then I went to the couch and I was interviewed by Letterman. And so they tape two they have 2 tapings and then they splice together the best parts of both into one episode.
Wow.
And I'm really glad they did that.
2
because-
interviews too?
Yeah, 2 interviews too.
Wow.
And both interviews are different. But they kind of splice together the best parts of
I
both
need
interviews.
someone to do that with my life.
Yeah.
Just like I make both choices and everyone's like, we're going to go with B.
Yeah.
That's so funny. That's great. Should we introduce ourselves?
Yeah.
Let's do it. I'm Ashley Gavin, cis gay white woman, she, her pronouns. And then usually I have a co-host that keeps me from getting canceled, but you really push me into the cancellation zone.
think?
I think. I know.
Oh, you've gotten feedback?
No, I've never gotten feedback. But people are
Get
always
her off the show.
No, but everyone's like, they love the chaotic energy between the people.
Yeah.
Love us together, and
People are addicted to us together.
and
Wobble,
I've really
wobble.
screwed up. We should do something, and I never do
Yeah,
it.
sorry, I'm not Mac Injimy. Sorry, I don't have like 5 million YouTube subscribers. You're like, I'm like, I live down the block from you. You're like, I'd rather start a podcast with someone that lives in Canada. That makes a lot more sense. Jesus Christ.
So maybe our last podcast together ever.
No, never. I'm Ali Kolbert.
Yeah, introduce yourself to the world.
Ali Kolbert. She, her.
Cool.
Comedian, stand-up,
Yeah.
smoothie drinker at the moment.
And I said you have 2 sets on Fallon and 1 on Lily Singh. Did I get that right?
Who cares? I have a podcast called The Ali Kolbert Show. Subscribe to that podcast or listen to it.
Listen to it.
That's
I'm
it.
on it.
You're
and I'm
on it
gonna
all
be
the
on
time.
it again.
You're going to be on it tomorrow.
We're spending a lot of time together.
Mm-hmm.
One would say too much time.
I think immediately too much time. You're
You
too
do?
comfortable running outside and getting a smoothie in the
You
middle
think
of the podcast.
I was stressed out that it was...
No.
I know.
This is so weird because usually
I know
I'm
you're
the
secure.
insecure one.
I have like... now you're right. I'm having like anxious attachment with you.
Yeah, and
You're
it's
right.
weird because I'm super tired right now. And when I get tired, I get super insecure, like very anxious about the anxiety. Do you know what I'm talking about?
Absolutely,
Yeah.
yeah.
Oh, my
I
God.
actually ordered a pizza. It's on the way. It's like we're actually gonna eat on the air if it's okay.
I like being in this studio.
I love it.
Well, Robin, will you introduce yourself to everybody?
Yeah, my name is Robin Tran, a transgender woman, and my pronouns are fuck you. No, I'm kidding. I don't know what else you want me to say about myself.
That's fine.
Yeah.
If we don't talk about gay sex, I think people are going to get upset.
Oh, it's okay. I feel like this is gay sex.
It is
just
kinda
talking
gay.
about stand-up for
Yeah.
me is gay sex.
I mean, we can go into sex because I am so horny.
What?
I've been watching Daisy Jones and the Six.
What's that?
Oh my God, are you serious, Ashley?
I'm sorry.
Okay, there's this show on Amazon Prime called Daisy Jones and the Six.
Okay.
And it's based on a book and it's going like bazooka viral right now, the show.
Okay.
Jesus, why is this like, it's very wobbly. I hope this isn't fucking with my sound. Anyway, there's 3 women on the show each of them, I would just bang the shit out of.
Are they gay or are they?
No one's gay except me watching them. They're the hottest.
You're like, I'm sure of it. I'm gay.
It's like if
I'm watching these 3 women and I know that I am gay.
I'm so gay for these women. Like you have, it's like
what are their jobs?
amazing. They're in a band and you watch them all sing and they're so fucking hot. And I wish I could throw up. Next time I want to prepare assets.
Yeah,
and send them to
we
the
can tell Alex to
producer. And I need to show you the pictures of Camilla Marone or Monroe, I don't know her name is, supermodel, she's on the show, Suki Waterhouse, and Riley Keough, the 3 of them. It's like, literally, it's like the Neapolitan ice cream. It's
I don't
like
know.
Every flavor is delicious. I want all 3 in a tub. You know what I mean? I want to just scrape the corners out. Like, it's so good. Anyway, you want us to talk about a sex story? They've just been on my mind. Like, I've just been feeling so drawn to these
Are
women.
you like, you're like horny in a way where you just can't get rid of it?
Yeah, I'm just having trouble getting rid of it.
Are you having sex with your fiance?
Yeah, I'm having I'm having sex.
Are you bringing in the Daisy and the 6 or whatever into the? Is it driving into your?
I always bring inspiration to my work.
She actually like buys instruments. Like she actually
Robin
got
watches the news and comes up with 6 or 7 jokes, and then you watch Daisy and the 6.
I come
and
up
you
with 6 or 7 positions.
Positions, yes, exactly.
I just feel like when people are like, you can't look at something and get horny and then like project that onto your partner. It's like, well, I'm a human. You know what I mean? Like,
you mean ethically you can't project?
People say that. They're like,
I don't think you're projecting. I think you're transferring the horny.
Yeah, like transference of horny is
Yeah.
like legal, it's moral, it's ethical, it's human. I believe that to be true.
Yeah, horny transfer is ethical.
Yeah.
I
think
hope so.
I even think.
I hope so.
Who do you horny transfer?
What?
Who do you
Are you in a
horny
relationship?
transfer?
Yeah, I've been with my fiance for a decade now. We got engaged at the end of 2021.
Oh my God! Congrats!
Congratulations.
Yeah. So that's.
Are you guys planning a wedding?
Yeah, we're kind of planning one. I mean, like last year was kind of just I was busy like touring and stuff. But yeah, we're kind of they're kind of planning it. I think like we jokingly said I jokingly said I wanted to have a 9/11 themed wedding.
I love that.
And it was like a joke that kind of gets taken it's like, oh wait, we're really planning this.
Wait, what does that mean?
I'm not sure.
It's a lot of pyrotechnics.
Like I don't know, like a cake shaped like a towel, just like whatever. I don't know, but I'm not sure.
Such a comedian.
But when you were saying how you're so horny right now and everything, I remember like Patrice O'Neal was once talking about how he's like, yeah, you know how sometimes you get so horny that like, man, I jerked off and I still couldn't get rid of the evil. Like I remember him describing it. Like
That's
it's
how
like
I feel. It's like an emergency.
I know. I know.
Are you ovulating? Is it the spring?
I think it's like I usually get this way this time of the month.
This time of the month.
Yeah.
Yeah, you're ovulating.
I guess. Is that what that is?
It'll pass.
I know. When I'm manic, I'm so horny.
And
it's not. It's rarely about. It's rarely like for other people or whatever. Like I'll tell you. Like so, after I filmed the Letterman thing, right? I went home and it was like I was so manic and it was like everyone was sleeping.
Just horny from life.
And I just started jerking off because of the accomplishment that I just started. I literally masturbated about life. I was like, oh, you did it.
That's hilarious. I don't know how to track my horny spurts. I don't think they really correlate to anything. But I do love this time of year. Spring makes me horny. I'm horny for spring.
Spring's horny.
Oh, that's nice.
See picnics, walking around outside, holding hands, the birds, the
holding
smell
hands.
of flowers.
That is the horniest.
This is the gayest thing I've ever said on this podcast.
This
is the gayest thing?
You think spring is the horniest season?
100%. What's hornier than spring?
Fall, maybe. No, spring. No, summer.
She's gonna just say all 4 seasons because she's so horny right now. I would say the 4 horny seasons are spring, summer.
Summer, get more. You do get more skin during the summer.
You get a lot of skin during summer.
Skin is inherently horny.
I don't know. I feel like I like covered up. Like dry hump. I like it when the clothes are on.
Why?
Yes, you said this on the last episode that you were on.
I don't know.
The anticipation.
I love anticipation. I do love clothes staying on. My girlfriend is a naked immediately person.
Oh,
really?
and I
so sorry.
Yeah, it's our
so
one
she
major.
Strips down
It's our one
right away.
Right away. Can't keep the clothes on.
I like to make a girl go to the other side of the room and undress slowly.
Are you serious?
Yeah, I go over there.
That is
take your clothes off slowly.
That's very hot.
Yeah,
you're horny.
Yeah.
So,
I'm fucking horny.
Apparently, there's a term for my sexuality. It's on the ace spectrum, and it's called egosexual. And I don't really like to tell people because it's so clinical or whatever. But it's
also super gay.
I'm a very horny asexual.
You're a horny asexual?
Egosexual?
Yeah, so you can get, apparently this exists, is like, I find sex itself to be pretty repulsive, but I like masturbating, I like porn, and like, and
making out. You
and I like
mentioned that
making
you like
out.
making
Yeah,
out.
and those are
It's
the
weird
only
that I have
real
a catalog
things.
of everyone's
Yeah.
kinks.
Wait,
But-
I'm fascinated by this. So, and then how does your partner play into that? Does your partner also identify as asexual?
Yeah, I don't want to talk about them too much, but yes, yes, absolutely. But yeah, so like it's funny because we're talking about foreplay and stuff, right? Like I feel like it's not just with sex, but like the thing that happens before the thing is better than the thing. Like the premise is better than the punchline. The lead up is better than you know.
You
what I mean?
like the anticipation.
I think the anticipation is everything. So like every now and then someone will go like I like watching like porn, like lesbian porn has a lot of foreplay. Like sometimes it takes like 25 minutes for anything to happen.
Yeah.
And I would say this during my stand-up is like I like to trick my brain into thinking I'm not watching porn. So that when they start fucking, I'm like, oh my god, what do we have here? This is my lucky day, right? But so sometimes
Like
I'll-
you're a little kid in the middle of
Yeah.
the night, you stumbled upon to the naked
yeah,
channel.
yeah, and then like I'll read the comments, and then it'll always be some guy going like, "Fast forward to 25 minutes for the good stuff." I'm like, so you're fast forwarding the only good part of this? So I masturbate to like the lead up, and
Yeah.
then once they start making out, I come, and then when they start having sex, I'm like, oh, turn this. This is disgusting.
Well, you also just
Wow.
came, so
yeah,
you're
I also
having
just
that,
came, but I can't really, I
that
can't really
horrible
have
feeling
Right,
after.
the sex part is
that
like,
some
oh,
people get.
what are you guys doing to each other? You know,
Huh.
kind of gets it. I don't know. That's just the way.
Yeah, for sure. I think it's different for everyone.
I'm also a germaphobe. That's why I like dry humping so much. It's like,
I love having a kindred dry humping spirit
thank
on
you,
the.
thank
Dry
you.
hump with clothes?
Yes.
Dry hump with clothes.
I mean, isn't
I
that
think
how
any
you,
kind
yeah.
of dry humping is fine. I guess
Yeah.
it's wet humping if the clothes are off.
Is it though? No, you could still hump.
Yeah, absolutely, you can still hump.
Oh yeah,
The humping-
dry humping.
Yes, yeah.
Dry humping.
The
Yeah.
Dry
humping-
humping means clothes, or dry humping
I
means
think
I'm
so.
dry.
No,
I
I think
feel
no. I feel like dry humping for me is like clothes are just on, and it's like there's no.
At what point does it go from dry humping to tribbing?
I don't. What is? By the way, I know the word. I've seen tribbing as a word. I don't know what it means.
Yeah,
I've seen
teach
the
me
word.
what tribbing
It's
is
any
again.
kind of like I would
I was so close to just calling you daddy, but I didn't. As a joke.
as a joke. I missed what you said. That
Yeah,
would've
as a
been-
joke. When I said, teach me what tribbing is again.
Oh, that would have been funny.
yeah.
I would have
know.
been okay.
You
with
just
that.
looked so uncomfortable.
No.
I shouldn't have said I'm so horny and then like called you daddy.
it was more that.
I know. I'm
It
not.
was
It's
more-
not. Please.
You're
we know
horny.
that's not happening.
You're horny, and
That's not
Ashley's
for us.
insecure because she hasn't slept a lot.
I'm horny and you like think I'm like coming on to you now. No, I'm not.
No. I didn't think that at all.
Okay, great.
Well, she was.
Now I'm like, am I coming on to you?
We're
I'm
too
like,
similar, and you're so small. I almost think of you as like the angel and devil that's on either side of my
I'm
shoulder.
both. I'm
Just
both.
just standing on my shoulder.
Also, I just feel like it just like, no, it just,
no, it would be very weird.
no, it's
super
not
weird.
Right. We're
There are
we're
certain-
brothers. I don't understand.
Exactly.
Like,
Exactly.
Like, well, you have to shake
They're
on it.
shaking
Like,
hands.
yeah, like obviously, like don't you want girly?
Yes. Do you have a type at all, or?
I mean, you know, I thought I didn't have one, but it turns out I'm really into like white women with nose rings, and like they're into like astrology and stuff. Is it
Yeah.
astrology or
Witchy
Yeah.
witchy types.
Yeah, witchy
Maybe
types.
edgy witchy
Okay.
types.
I think so. Yeah. I
Witch
mean,
talk.
I don't know. They're all. I mean, it sucks
a
because
girl
like,
named Chloe that'll cast a spell on you.
they've all been white, so I think I'm kind of a.
Are you okay? You seem upset.
you're so
yeah,
upset
I mean,
about
I just,
that. You're like,
it's,
they've all
it's a
been-
really, you know, it's a thing to just kind of realize about yourself is why
Right.
am I into all these white people?
Yeah.
I make fun of white people all the time on my stand-up, but I've only dated mostly white people, so.
Yeah, I mean, the only thing that I have found to be an issue with dating white people is just like none of them can dance.
Oh yeah.
And it's
yeah.
like, and I know that I'm like, I don't dance, but like I can get away with it because I'm like, I just feel like, again, like I'm the boy, I'm the top, I don't have to dance. But these girls, I'm like, can you guys move your hips a little better?
yeah. Sure.
Please.
I'm not
a little more
dancing in public,
fluidly.
so
What's going on?
I'm like a big.
I don't even care about public. Like, can you just move your ass to a song in our kitchen nicely?
Oh yeah.
Yeah, my issue with
That can be hard to find.
Yeah.
my issue with the white people is the racism. So I don't know. The dancing thing might be a close second.
Also the racism.
No, I'm
Racism's
sorry.
also-
I don't know,
No,
dude.
I don't know. No, I'm just kidding. I said my issue, not my turn on. All right. All right. Now you know my fetish. All right. Do not cut that.
No, I'm not gonna cut it. I like the idea that you don't have sex; you just have someone be racist towards you.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Oh, I know.
The clothes never come off. It's
Hold on,
really.
I'm fanning myself right now.
Is this like just someone a Karen like whipped out their camera and started filming?
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
All right, I guess I should tell kind of a story.
Mm-hmm.
My comedy special, my hour-long comedy special is out. It's on my YouTube. Just go over there, watch it. Watching it completely really, really helps. And share with a friend if you like it. Leave a comment. Go watch my special. Get some friends over. Turn it on every phone. Turn it on every computer. Break into your straight neighbor's house. Ruin their algorithm by watching the special. It's 9 years of my work culminated to this point. If you love this podcast, honestly, the special is way funnier. I'm sorry. I'm just going to say that. It's just way funnier. It would mean a lot to me if you watched it. It's free. It's on YouTube. But thanks, guys. Thank you for your support. It was made possible by our Patreon, patreon.com/WHGS. But mostly, my fucking special is on YouTube. Go watch it, you piece of shit.
I teased this one on TikTok, but my big story is kind of a life accomplishment. I'm going to do Nick Viall's podcast after this.
Really?
Oh, wow.
Yeah, for the Bachelor finale recap.
Oh my God.
Nick
Yeah.
Viall. Or is it
Viall.
Viall?
I don't know. We got to find out immediately.
Okay, that's pretty big. That's big.
That's
Are you
amazing.
recording at Dear Media? Is he a
I,
Dear Media guy?
I don't know. It's in Sherman Oaks.
Wow, I watched him on Andy's season, and I watched his heart get broken.
The guy, I've watched a lot of Nick Viall.
I don't know how to pronounce it, so.
We should send him this.
We
We're
should.
trying to
We're
figure out
super
how to say-
respectful.
I'm like gonna be the biggest Nick guy is who I'm interviewing with.
Yeah.
Huge Nick fan. Yeah, I'm really excited to do it.
Congratulations.
Congratulations.
I feel as
How is this a sex story?
I'm gonna tell you in a second.
Oh,
I'm
sorry.
having sex with Nick.
Yeah, that's what I'm like.
Now, so the reason I'm bringing it up is, first of all, to be a gay, heading to become adjacent to the Bachelor
Right.
cinematic universe,
Yeah.
gay honor. I mean, I'm basically straight.
Yeah, I mean, you're the first gay bachelorette. That's for sure.
I would love that. I would dump my girlfriend in a heartbeat to
No,
do
you
that.
wouldn't.
No, I
You'd like
wouldn't.
plant her as one of the people and keep giving her a rose. That's like more
Just
your
end of this. Do you like The Bachelor at all? I love it.
I've never seen it, unfortunately.
Oh, it's so good. I
Yeah.
love it. I love that there are no gay people on it. I think keep
Hell
it as
yeah.
homophobic as possible.
Do you prefer The Bachelor or The Bachelorette?
I prefer whoever is most emotionally unstable. Do not give me a poised, graceful, thoughtful bachelorette. Give me
Right.
someone having a meltdown.
Yes. Yeah, I agree.
As a
with that.
lesbian, I think the right answer
Is
that-
Bachelor.
is The Bachelor because you get to look at all the ladies.
Yes. Super sapphic season, by the way, this past season.
Really?
Yes.
Why did they hook up with each other?
Lots of cuddling. I saw one screenshot of a girl with 2 long nails, 2 short nails. Very bisexual
That's-
energy.
Wow. Okay.
Lots of hand holding, lots of cuddling. Very physical between the girls.
I would like to go on The Bachelor just to
Oh, you'd be perfect for that.
just to fuck the other contestants.
See, I
would turn them all season
right.
long.
I was like, I wonder if I could get in there and fake straight, but I can't. I'm just not. You could do it.
Yeah, I could definitely do it. I could do a straight voice. I do it sometimes. Like, oh my God, I can't wait to go there. Like, that's going to be so fun. We should go on The Bachelor.
And I think the secret is that when you're on a date with the Bachelor, you just repeat back exactly what they've said.
Yeah.
So it's like a back and forth of.
I could pretend I'm straight right now. Go. Talk as if you're The Bachelor.
I love my family. My parents are such a great role model for what I want.
Aw.
Yeah, I love them
Do you
so
want to
much.
have babies one day?
I do. I want to have kids and I want them
Me
to look.
too.
That's so amazing.
I want to have like 4 babies.
I love you.
Oh my God.
That's perfect.
Isn't it feel straight?
Yeah, it's very straight.
Yeah.
It feels very straight.
Yeah.
People are
It
gonna
looks
barf
very
to
gay.
that.
I'm looking at it across the room. If you're listening,
It's
If
gonna-
you're listening, that's my straight voice.
It was perfect. So what I'm bringing up is that a former Bachelorette slid into my DMs.
No.
oh my God.
To what? Get fucked?
I think so. So I brought it on stage, and I'm going to read it to you guys right now, and you're
Oh
going
my
to tell
gosh.
me whether or not this...
Oh my God.
So this is my gay sex from this week.
Oh my God, this former Bachelorette wants to get fingered by Ashley.
I didn't know Fran Drescher was doing the... Come on.
Come on. Let's go.
Come on,
puppy.
exactly.
Oh,
Let's go.
I know
Literally.
who that is.
Well, let's
They
not
slid
say...
into mine too.
No, they fucking didn't.
Yeah, they do. They're sliding everywhere. Trust me. I know why too. I'll tell you after the show.
No, I need to know now.
I
We
can't
can keep
say
it
it
for
on the show
Patreon.
because it reveals it. It'll reveal the identity.
Does it have to do with her current vocation?
Yeah, of course.
But did she send you something flirty? Here's what she
No,
sent me.
I don't think so. But she came out as queer on my podcast.
She did your podcast?
Yeah, we've hung out. She came out as queer on my podcast. She said I've hooked up with women before.
This is so fucking annoying, Ali.
Why?
I thought I had something cool to say,
Just
and
do
here
it.
you're waltzing in,
No, I'm just
one-upping
saying.
me.
I literally posted the clip where she was saying how she asked ABC when she was the Bachelorette if she could have a trans man on the show, and I think they either said yes, but it didn't make it to the cut. I don't know how believable that is, or they said
Meaning there was a trans man on the show, but he
there,
never came out?
There was some initiative that she wanted to include.
That is so
I
awesome.
think the trans man said he didn't want to participate in the show, but I think she was encouraging it in some way. She spoke about this on my show.
That's so cool. I'm going back and forth about her. So basically, she followed me. She's gonna find this. She followed me,
Yeah.
and I was like freaking out.
Yeah.
And I went, "Oh my God, hi."
So you messaged her first?
Yeah.
This is not the story you're presenting. She didn't slide into your DMs. You messaged her.
Can you wait one goddamn minute, Ali?
She's getting angry.
I am angry.
I've never seen you this angry.
I am the hero of this story.
Okay, go.
But this argument is very straight, by the way. Just watching this looks very hetero.
Okay, go.
We're two gal pals having a fight
Yeah.
Yeah.
over the same woman.
Over the same, yeah.
I said, I'm the biggest gay Bachelor fan in America, and I fucking love you and always thought you were so funny. I love that you're, well, I'm going to keep that part out. And she goes, the fact that you're a Bachelor fan just made my fucking life. I'm obsessed with you on so many levels. Levels? Come on, Allie.
Wow, okay.
What do you
Yeah.
think? Slide in?
Yeah, I think, why would you say you're obsessed with someone on so many levels? How
Robin?
many
Wait,
levels
is
are
that-
there?
is that a-
Not
is
fucking
that-
and
I
fucking.
mean-
Those are the levels.
I don't know. Look, I'm not.
I love that because I was like, oh my God, which levels? But you're absolutely right.
What are
Not
the
fucking
levels?
and fucking are the only
Those
two
are the two
levels.
levels. You're obsessed with both.
It's a binary of levels.
I respect you as a person and as a comedian, and those are the two levels. No, I'm kidding.
Professionally and
That was it.
personally.
You left out the second half of that DM. No, I'm kidding.
Right. Yeah.
I get comments like that. I never know if someone's flirting with me.
Oh yeah, you're a
ever.
useless lesbian.
I'm very like,
Ugh,
and
I'm-
I've heard I'm obsessed with you on so many levels. I'm like, oh my God, you like that many jokes of mine? That's how I would read it. I never assume
I have the
anything.
opposite issue. I'm like the CEO of flirting. Like I think
I do-
everyone is
yeah.
trying to fuck me.
I agree.
I'm like, okay,
but
you're
Allie,
into
I
me.
think
They said hi.
I think they are trying to fuck you.
Yeah,
Allie.
so that's why I keep gaining evidence for my case. Like I'm just like,
I feel like queer friendships, especially among women, is always a mix of romantic and platonic, and you know what I mean. Like it's like I feel like queer friendships in general are more like a dial knob, and like straight friendships
Yeah.
are like an on and off switch.
mm,
And so it's like
between women.
what?
I think
between women
especially
or-
with women.
Well, yeah, I think especially with women. Yeah, I mean, I don't know. I don't talk to men, so I don't like. I don't even really have. I have like two guy friends who were grandfathered in from pre-transition. But other than that, I don't really talk to guys
I
anymore.
love the idea of being grandfathered into a
Grandfathered-
queer friend group.
Yeah,
That's so funny.
I'm on an affirmative action program into
Yeah.
this friend group. Actually,
Wait,
Yeah.
wait,
I'm
go,
a
keep going.
legacy. I'm actually a legacy in this friend group.
Yeah.
But basically, I was like,
Yeah, keep going.
I just was like very flirty. I felt that she was very flirty, and then she gave me her number, and she was like, "Let's meet up for coffee." And we've kept in touch a little bit.
Texts.
Texts.
And are you going to make that coffee?
Well, I would have to text
An
her today.
espresso martini?
I mean, I would watch
Oh,
her.
is she in LA?
She is outside of LA, so it would be a
Yes.
big trip for her to have to come up here.
She would make that trip for the clam bake.
Yes, she's gonna drive
She'll
up.
go long distance, then you know she's fucking.
She's
a
driving
dyke.
up. She's driving up
here's
in a
the thing.
U-Haul, right?
Yeah.
That's her transportation.
I am now unsure what to do with this
Are you
situation.
open?
Yes, open relationship. Jen knows all about it.
Yeah.
Jen saw me run because I had a crush on this Bachelorette.
Yeah.
Jen saw me when I got the message from her with the phone number. We were in a grocery store, and I did a full lap around because when I get excited, I just sprint.
Right.
Do you guys have this?
Yeah, I do the same thing. Yeah,
Yeah.
So-
I run around the grocery store.
So I sprinted around the grocery store.
So
I
you
was
have to
excited.
text her. What are you doing?
Well, the thing is, I think
Get coffee if it doesn't turn into something else. Then
do
you had
you
coffee.
think that inviting her up to get coffee, it's a long drive for her.
Who gives a shit? Why she's not
Well,
a
she
victim?
offered,
She'll
right?
choose. You're putting.
What if I don't like her? in
No,
the
no,
end?
no. Please.
Am I gonna like her? You've met her.
Yeah. Yeah.
Because-
She's fun.
Because I loved
Fun
her.
and cute.
I loved her on her season of The Bachelor.
Yeah.
But then when I started looking at her Instagram stories, I was like, I'm actually not sure whether or not we would get along.
Just you can't hurt. It can't hurt to try.
Okay. What about you? You drive 2 hours
But
to get to LA.
That's not her. That's her choice.
Yes, that's true. It's her choice. I mean,
don't know.
she's an adult. She can make her own decisions.
Yeah.
If she wants to come see you, that's her. You know, you can't take away that decision from her.
Right. Why are you making her a
Yeah,
victim?
you have to be pro-choice.
I don't know
across
because
the
I have
board.
a bad relationship with my mother.
Yeah. Let her.
I feel
invite
guilty
her.
for everything all the time.
I know. I feel guilty about that stuff too, but it's like that's what a therapist told me that once. It's like you cannot take away someone's autonomy because you feel guilty. You have to like let people be adults who can make their own decisions.
Seriously, I'm so over being like, oh, I don't want to make them. You're not making
Yeah.
people. People choose for themselves.
Okay. I'm going to text her. I don't
Okay.
even know if I have time this week, but I'm going to.
No, you make time to finger the Bachelorette. I'm sorry, you fucking. What is wrong with you? All right, tell me if this is flirting.
Oh, okay. Is
Wait,
this
were
also
you-
her?
No, this is someone else.
I'm going to.
Same.
Ali, is she manipulating me for something?
I mean, probably for like also career stuff.
But I can't. There's nothing I can do.
Exactly. So she's a
For her
bad
career.
manipulator. Nothing. She's not going to get anything from you.
Just finger.
Just a finger. Maybe she'll come on the podcast. Good for everyone.
Yeah, great for everyone.
What are you going to do? Nothing to do.
No, there's nothing I can do.
Everyone wants to fuck their way to the top. And
I'm
she's
not the
fucking
top.
her way
I
to the
am
middle.
a top,
She's
but I am
fucking her
not
way to
the
the-
top.
And she's fucking her way straight to the middle.
This is like Abbott and Costello. Who's on
I know
first,
we
right?
really have a great dynamic, and I fucked everything up.
You didn't fuck. I fucked the whole thing up. Okay. I posted a picture of my fiance and myself.
Okay.
So, and I've heard that this woman.
I guess we're doing a "Is she flirting with me" episode of
Sure.
we're having gay
Well,
sex.
it just
I love this.
reminded me of
Are you in
this.
an open relationship?
No.
So no one's flirting with you, and if they are,
No, I'm not fucking this person. I'm just curious.
I was just inquiring.
Okay, I'm just
about-
wanting to clarify.
Well, I think she should go with her flirting story first, right?
Yes. Let's go for it.
Okay, so I posted a picture of Julian and I.
Yep.
And the person replies, I
You're
want
a fiance.
Yeah. The person replies, I want to hang out.
Do you know directly or in the comments?
Directly. Like, why do you want to hang out? To
Wait,
fuck?
wait. How do you know this person? Do you know this person?
Barely. At a party once.
Okay, before you were
And
dating.
I know that she,
You've been dating Julian a long time.
2-3 years.
Was it before or after?
During.
During. Was there flirty at the party?
Yeah.
So she sees a picture of you and your fiance.
Yeah. And replies, I want to hang out. And then.
What a fucking psychopath.
Right?
That is deranged energy. Not even a photo of you single?
I know, so strange. And then she said something, I'm going to this thing tonight. And I said, I'm also doing that. It's separate though. And she goes, okay, great. I don't respond. I have nothing to say. And then she sends me another text 2 hours later. We're always on the same page.
Yeah,
This person is drunk and trying to have sex with you.
You think?
There's
I
no
don't
way
know.
this person's
I mean,
in their right
look,
mind.
Look, I think you're conflating a lot of things. This does sound like flirting, but I don't think.
What
flirting-
else could this be?
No,
that's
but
what I'm saying.
No,
It's
no,
not
no,
flirting.
No,
She's
it's
trying
Is it all the levels?
She's
No,
trying
no,
to
no,
not
no, no,
fucking.
no,
Is
I
it
think-
all the levels?
I think that we all look at this differently because for me, flirting is just a form of communication. I don't think it's
Yes.
necessarily
Oh,
leads to
that's
sex.
true.
Because I feel like online I am kind of a flirt. But I don't like but in real life I'm like, I'm sorry that I almost touched you by accident, So I'm very I'm more bold on the
opposite
internet.
of flirting.
Right, that makes sense.
But I think sometimes it's just like, I don't know. I feel like this is something that I've noticed. And so when lockdown first started, right?
Yeah.
I was thinking, I'm like, it's so weird that I thought people would be like hornier, because I think everyone's locked. But then now it's been 3 years. I have never seen this level of horniness on the internet before. Like, it's just people are just posting porn on Twitter, like
Oh my
of
God,
themselves and everything. And it's like, I just feel like now everyone just kind of flirts now.
Yeah, people are like writing their
Everyone-
show dates on their labia.
Yeah.
They're like 9/18. I'm at the Nashville's Funny Bone. I'm like, that's your clit.
Yeah.
What are you doing?
Yeah, and then
It's
I write it on my
true.
funny bone. No, all right, I'm sorry. It's a dick
You
joke.
know, I'm trying to avoid that so bad. I'm really trying to avoid the what?
You're trying to avoid writing your show dates on your clit, Ashley.
There are people.
You're not doing that. You're nowhere close to doing that,
I know that,
Ashley.
but I don't wanna
You posted yourself into Dickies once. You're not doing that.
But there are people who use their good looks
Yeah.
to sell tickets.
And you're worried you're exploiting your natural good looks for tickets?
No, I'm just saying I want people to come because I'm funny, not because of my cheekbones.
Not because of your raw sex appeal.
Yeah, my raw. No,
I think
I've never felt so unsexy ever on any episode of this podcast. You're like, that girl's not, she's trying to use you for your career. She's not flirting with you. You wouldn't call me daddy.
No.
I think
Don't call her daddy.
That's the name of the episode.
Don't call her.
That's so good.
I think you should use whatever gets people in the door. Because if you
Yeah.
are funny,
That's true.
then
Doesn't matter.
then they'll be like, oh, she's actually, they'll take their hands off their dicks and then they'll actually
And I do think she's trying to fuck you.
I think so too.
But you have to acknowledge that when someone wants to fuck you, it can be mixed in with other things. Like maybe it's a cocktail
course.
of wanting to fuck you and also wanting to learn about your TikTok.
That's fine. I don't care if she wants to learn about my TikTok. Yeah. That's honestly, I'm a career slut.
Yeah,
like
exactly.
I'm happy to teach anyone. I'm not withholding any information from anyone. I want to help everybody.
And also, comedians, like myself at least, are blessed to have our career because it is the #1 playing card I have to get fucked. Like, I'm just like, if I wasn't a comedian, I don't even know how I would date. I would just be a
It's
random.
It is.
Yeah, this is actually a good industry to get fucked. Am I right, people? Who's with me, guys?
I'm getting fucked all the time.
Yes, right. Never have sex. I just get fucked a lot.
Just get fucked.
Comedians who dry hump.
All right. Well, I guess that's my kind of my gay sex from this week.
Oh, listener, you know I love Dipsy, that little sexy app with all the sexy audio stories that really get me going. I've been listening to Dipsy stories for a while. They super turn me on. They've always got something different, but I can always return to my old favorites. It's radically inclusive. That's one of the things I love about Dipsy. And it has stories for straight and queer listeners. And 56% of the stories are voice acted by people of color. And did you know that they have celebrity voices on there like ER Fightmaster? I know that's going to turn you on. And just to round it out, they also have soothing sleep stories, wellness sessions, and sexy stories you can read if that's your thing. I know for me, regular old adult media hasn't always been my thing, so Dipsy is a great alternative and it really gets me going. For listeners of the show, Dipsy is offering an extended 30-day free trial when you go to dipsystories.com/gay. That's 30 days of full access for free when you go to DIPSEA stories.com/gay. That's dipsystories.com/gay. Listener, this episode is brought to you by Tushy. The Hello Tushy Bidet cleans your bum 2 times better than wiping and prevents poo particles from spreading to your hands and everything you touch. It attaches to your existing toilet, requires no electricity or additional plumbing, and cuts toilet paper use by 80%. The Hello Tushy Bidet pays for itself in just a few months. Every Hello Tushy bidet comes with a 60-day risk-free guarantee and a 12-month trial. So just give it a shot. I gave it a shot. I got myself a Hello Tushy bidet. I was shocked how easy to set up it was. And I am fresh as a little daisy down there, okay? I'm smelling like a flower. I can't guarantee that result for you, but for me, my bum is a sight to behold if you want to behold it. With over 100,000 five-star reviews, see why millions of people already love Hello Tushy and be a part of taking care of business the cleaner way. Go to hellotushy.com/WHGS and use promo code WHGS to get 10% off plus free shipping on your first bidet order. That's hellotushy.com/WHGS for 10% off. Come on, clean your butt, listener. Clean your butt.
Robin, did you have gay sex this week? That was a long-winded, weird.
I feel like
I love these episodes where it's just more meandering.
Told you this is every episode I'm on.
Yeah.
Well, I feel like
We have that effect. Well, you have that effect on me.
Yeah.
this is the closest to gay sex I will have in years. This conversation, hearing you two talk about.
Isn't your partner a comedian as well?
Yeah. They started going on stage again pretty recently. I mean, they took a couple years off because they work full time and everything, and yeah, like they're on stage again, and it's like they're having the best sets they've ever had. They've been doing comedy longer than I am. Yeah. But I get very. It's funny because I do your show because I think it's like we have kind of a similar fan base and everything.
Yeah.
You know, and people that like you tend to like me. But I find talking about sex itself, I get kind of bashful. Like I get very. I have this like I'm a predator kind of. And she's laughing because I have a bow on my head and I basically get a kimono.
I'm a predator.
I think
I've had like people send nudes, like women send nudes to me.
Yeah.
And I've been like, am I allowed to look at it?
Yeah.
Like I just like, is that okay that I looked at the nude you sent me?
I think there's a very common feeling for women who are attracted to women.
Yeah.
And like queer people.
There's also this like, the trans thing on top of it.
Yeah.
Of being like a trans woman who's predatory and everything. So yeah, I mean, I just think I'm always apologizing for existing. Even when I get horny, I feel like a little guilty.
Wow.
Like it's like, oh, I shouldn't be getting horny.
Are you talking about that in therapy?
Yeah. Do you want to work through that?
I guess I should, but no, I
You
stopped.
deserve to feel horny.
You don't have to feel shame
Oh,
around
I
that.
do feel horny.
I know, but the
And
shame
then,
part.
and then I jack off to how ashamed I feel. I'm sorry. I think I get. Someone said I have.
And then you have anxiety about the jerking off to how ashamed you feel.
I have been. People have told me that they think I have a humiliation fetish, and I don't know if I do.
You should
or
come
not.
to one of my shows.
Yeah.
But it's
I'll call
because-
you a piece of shit.
Oh, don't do that here. No, I'm kidding. But yeah, because I post videos of me getting roasted and I'm delighted when I get roasted.
Who's roasting you?
Well, like when I used to do roast battle, and there's like a montage of people. Like, and also I did the Whitney Cummings roast, which is coming out in May, I think.
Wait, can I? This is a little bit of a tangent.
Yeah,
but
go
can
ahead.
I ask you something about being probably one of very few trans people in roast battle?
Yeah.
So if you don't know anything about comedy, which you don't, you gay piece of shit.
She's looking at Ali.
There's a
I'm kidding.
there's a thing within the comedy community where there's sort of these lower level roast battles where up and coming comedians roast each other, and no one really knows who these people are. So it's a very difficult roast battle because when you're roasting a celebrity, there's sort of a context that you can tap into if you're roasting somebody. But so it's a way to climb the ladder. Like Maddie Smith has had a lot of success.
Oh yeah.
Through the roast.
God, that hurt when she roasted me.
Oh, she roasted you?
Yeah, I'll never forget it. It was brutal.
She's an excellent roast.
I know,
comedian.
and I roasted well. I roast well.
Yeah.
But it was tough.
And
it's
she
on YouTube.
She parlayed that. She told me when she auditioned for Wild and Out, and you should go check out Maddie Smith if you like comedy. She was just like, I memorized all my roast jokes, and I went in prepared to do any one of them for whoever I was standing in front of at the Wild and Out. Everyone else was trying to improvise, and she came in with all of her roast jokes in like a Rolodex in her brain. So smart. Mm-hmm. But I never wanted to do roasts because I'm gay.
Yeah.
And I was like, why on earth would I walk into one of the most scumbaggy parts of the comedy community?
Right.
Coming in as a gay woman.
Yeah.
Automatically, we are at a disadvantage. There is just so much.
Yeah, there's something, but everyone has something.
Everybody has something, but did it feel weird as a trans woman? You are just absolutely bottom of the totem pole in a roast room.
I'm glad you asked me that. So so I've always loved roasting. That's like kind of like the way the reason I wanted to be a stand-up comedian is that I wanted to roast. Like I actually wanted to be a roaster before a comedian even. I think my dad used to roast people like on the Vietnamese radio stations and everything. Kind of talk about it on the Letterman episode, but I Sorry, I wanted to promote something, but so
Promote
like
yourself, Robin.
yeah,
Your
but
Instagram.
so what happened was like people kept telling me about this roast battle show, and so like someone took me there one night. And it was like it was like the craziest environment I'd ever seen. It was 2015.
It's like Fight Club.
So I wanted to do this because I just wanted to do it once in my life. I just wanted to roast somebody. But before I went, I had a lot of the same thoughts you had. I'm like, am I like destroying myself? And am I like throwing my own community under the bus? Right? Am I like, because like there's never been a trans roast battler. There's never been a trans anything in that roast battle
There's
room.
one going on in New York right now, a queer roast specifically.
Oh wow, that's yeah.
I gotta get the names of those
But
comics.
so then someone actually gave me some good advice, and he was like, but forget your community and forget everyone
Clara
else.
Olshansky.
Yeah,
Clara Olshanks.
is that the name of the?
Or is that like
That's
a
the
new
roast.
vaccine?
That's a new vaccine.
This is
You
the
need
queer
2
roast
shots of
scene in
Clara
New York.
Olshanksy in order to protect against.
But keep going.
No, but he asked me like, so it's like, what do you want to do? Forget your community, forget everything else, like, because you're putting so much on yourself right now. You're putting the whole community on your back, and all I could think of was like, I just want to do this once in my fucking life. I want to do something for me. Fuck everybody,
Right.
Yeah.
right? And it was like, but I
should text that
I
Bachelorette.
was so I was terrified. It was the most scared I'd ever been before I went on stage because I didn't know how I was going to take the jokes.
Mm-hmm.
I didn't know how the room was going to take it. I didn't know how I would feel about the room taking it.
Yeah, the room also knowing fully that this
So-
is
But I also felt like
because nothing. I want to be clear to the people listening. Nothing is off the table.
Nothing is off
It
limits.
is the ultimate like you roast whatever the fuck
Yeah.
about this person.
yeah. So I was nervous, but there was a part of me that was like, God, I want trans people to be made fun of in a joking way. I don't like that. Either no one's making fun of us at all, or people are just saying horrible,
Right,
hateful,
or you're the
bigoted
victim
things.
of a joke
Yeah,
that you're not a part of.
so
In
I-
a way, if we can get to that point as a society.
So here's what happens, right? Brian Moses, he's the host, and
Mm-hmm.
he's introducing me. He's giving me this big intro. He's like, our next roaster, she's our first transgender roast battler. The crowd starts kind of clapping and cheering, and she's great. She's this and that. And then the house hater on the side just goes, all right, bring this dude out. I want to see him. And then like I laughed so hard because it was like this. The room erupts, and it was like this tension that I feel like this tension that people had for like a year
Yeah.
was and the love that they showed me, even though the jokes were so mean,
Yeah.
it was like nothing I'd ever felt before. And like they gave me flowers at the end of it, and it was like, oh, okay, so like this is more of my tribe, because at the same time during the day I was writing feminist blogs for Everyday Feminism, so I was having this double life, like code switching. And I when you first come out, you don't know how to be trans really, so I wanted to be one of those like, I'll write feminist blogs and change the world with my blogs and everything. But then when I did roast battle, I was like, okay, I think this is more of my tribe, and that's how I got into it. And like my first joke I did was the biggest laugh I'd ever gotten in comedy up to that
What was
point.
the joke?
It was it was like Tim's an alcoholic, 12 steps is a program he'll never join, in a distance he'll never run. And then just, the crowd just goes,
Who were you roasting? Tim Dillon?
yeah, just name. I wish.
Well, the joke still
the joke
works.
still works for Tim Dillon, but yeah. And then it was just like, oh, I this is so fun. I can't wait to. It was like I got addicted to the pop.
Right.
Of
Yeah.
the audience.
Yeah.
And
It's
then
it's the unexpected.
The pop, yeah,
The
And
word
also,
economy is
what
incredible.
you just said, that like you felt the love, right?
yeah.
Like when I first moved to New York, I was interning at the Friars Club in New York, which is a place that really popularized like a lot of the roast format in New York City,
Yeah.
like the 30s, the 40s.
Oh, yeah, I remember when I started, I really wanted to like get into that, and I kind of forgot about it.
Oh, well, it's
Yeah.
like kind of got shut down for like embezzling money, but but they say at the Friars, and they organized all of these roasts. Don Rickles' 80th birthday, and whatever, these people over the last several decades. You only roast the people you love.
Yeah.
And it's true, because if you don't love the person, without the element of love, you're just talking shit.
Right.
And it's not fun.
Right. It's kind of when I roast the audience and I tell them that I, fucking hate them.
There
I
is
don't
a
mean that
seed
at all.
of we're all here for this fun thing.
Yeah.
And you can feel that.
Yeah.
Yeah, there was a mutual consent, and
Yes.
I feel like
Right.
this is like I'm sure they'll hate that I'm describing it this way. It's like a safe space for dark humor. It's like this like
No, I don't think that there's anything wrong with that.
And I do think that that's kind of like the context is missing a lot from other people. Like, they're like, how could you do this? How could you? It's like, well, I wouldn't like it if I wasn't there and I didn't sign off on this shit, you know?
Right, exactly.
Yeah, so yeah, I just think it's like...
It's the consent.
And I also want to like, just like, it's almost like I'm drawing a line in the sand, of just letting people know that I don't give a fuck what jokes you tell. They just have to be jokes.
Yeah.
It's a very like, because anyone
have
who...
to be funny.
Anyone who, you know, because I feel like this is like when strangers on the internet get mad at me, they're like, oh, people should make jokes. I'm like, well, I am making jokes and you're just mad. So who's fucking the person that...
And it's interesting to think about that when you go to think about someone like Chappelle and to
Yes.
take his jokes, which are outside of the context of a roast battle,
Yeah.
and lack that fundamental bird's eye view of the self. Like when you're
Yeah.
in a roast battle and you're saying mean things to someone, there's like a little bit of you're looking at yourself being like, I know the thing I'm saying is the most horrible thing.
Yes. The context is that it's horrible.
Yes.
Like, so here, I've thought about this a lot too. I think it's okay to say a horrible thing as long as we all acknowledge that this is funny because it's horrible.
Because it's horrible.
But I think what a lot of the conservatives and the right wingers do is that they try to defend the horrible. And it's like, well, no, you're not.
The thought. They defend the
it's
premise.
Like, well, it's only funny if we agree this is bad. You know, like dead baby jokes are only okay if we agree that it's messed up to say this stuff. You know, not
right,
you know.
right.
But the thing about Chappelle, for instance, right? So it's like people go like, oh, his jokes are offensive. I'm like, well, I mean, most of his jokes aren't jokes at all. I mean, the one time I think he told a joke, and this is kind of where I differentiate with a lot of people, is, you know, he told this joke about being in a car with the LGBT, right?
Yeah, right.
That didn't offend me, even if I didn't think it was great. It was like, at least that was a joke with some structure and everything. Everything else is like, yeah, trans people are weird. And people are like, woo!
Yeah.
It's like, well, now, like, everyone can get on board with that who love him, and the people who hate it are like, I didn't like that joke. I'm like, why did you give him the credit for saying it's a joke?
Yeah.
We need to start differentiating what a joke is. That's all. Yeah.
Listener, one of the best ways to support this podcast is to come see me live, okay? It's a really great way to just support the whole team and everything that we do here. So get on my text list or my email list. It's international, both of them. AshleyGavin.com. Go sign up, and I'll literally text you when I'm in your area. So you don't have to hear all these plugs. You can skip right by them. Don't even worry about your city. Just get on one of those two things, and I will let you know, okay? Because there's a lot of cities coming, and I just remaking this announcement over and over again. We all think it's annoying. You do. I do. Get on the text list, you piece of shit.
This is not gay sex at all.
No,
I'm sorry, if
but
your audience is-
I think it's really important because I think the queer community.
It's gay love.
It is gay love.
Thank you for saving
It's gay
me.
romance.
I feel like I'm doing too
clothes
much
on gay sex.
I feel like I'm doing too much interviewee stuff.
No. I think the reason this podcast is fun is because every episode is a little different. And also I just think it's really important because queer people have really rejected comedy.
Yes, I feel this way. Yeah.
And to be here saying like, no, this is like an art form where we're like trying to express like a darkness in society and like, you know, relieve some pain from that.
I think I know where they're coming from because I went through that phase. It was like, maybe comedy shouldn't be, you know, like, because like if you look at the world all messed up and everything, you're like, am I contributing to this thing by telling dark jokes? And then, you know, now that I'm kind of out of that cult, I've been in a lot of cults and I'm kind of out of all the cults. It's like, well, if the world's messed up, I don't know why the solution is, guys, we should laugh less. Like, let's have
Totally.
even worse. I think morale is such an important thing. And then people forget, like, having shitty morale is bad. Despair is bad.
Yes. Apathy.
You know, but it's like, if you are mad about something, that's fine. Just don't despair. Don't like cut yourself off from joy. You know, the thing that pisses off transphobes the most is that I am just a big fruity gay like fucking bow on my head. Like, I'm just having a great time. So they'll call me a whatever slur they want, and I'm just like, oh, look how mad you are. They don't know how to deal with it when you're laughing at them. Or, you know what I mean? Like, they want you to get mad. So don't take the bait. You know? It's like I heard someone say once.
Because if you're mad, then what?
What?
Meaning they want you to get mad.
Yeah.
Because if you're mad, then what? They're protecting themselves?
Well, if you're mad, then they win.
Right.
It's like this thing
but
about
the anger is the defense, right?
What?
The idea that if I'm mad, I get to be right about something, or if I'm mad, I get to what? Like, I'm just trying to understand emotionally what the end game is.
Well, I think I think it's just a I don't think there is an end game. I think it's more like you think you're standing up for yourself, but all you're really doing is you're giving your energy to somebody.
Yes.
One of my favorite quotes that somebody said was like, "Don't let people treat you like they have a remote control on you." Like if they know that this word will offend you and they click on it and you get mad, they have you want to be the one holding the remote control yourself on other people.
I think, and I think it kind of goes into sort of like the trigger kind of stuff. Like we all have the ability to some extent to respond rather than react.
Yes.
Well, yeah. I mean, this is like, I don't even understand the idea of saying someone's like, that trigger, you're triggering me. It's like, no, you're triggered in my space. You're triggered. Something I'm doing, like, you get triggered around me. I am not triggering you. I'm not making you feel shit. Like, you know what I mean? Like, I can control my own emotional responses.
Yeah.
I can self-soothe. I can regulate my nervous system. Like,
yeah, that's
you
an important skill to learn. And not to say, like, if you bring up something really graphic that you shouldn't warn people that it's coming. There are cases like that. But I think generally around, like, queer people and reacting to comedy.
Yes, right.
That's what I'm, just to set the stage here.
Yeah.
Like, you have the right to get up and walk away, as does any crazy right-wing lunatic. You have the ability to get up and walk away.
Yeah, well, the thing about the trigger thing, right? So I once posted a clip of me talking about how I overcame suicidal ideations. And somebody DM'd me. And they're like, can you put a content warning on your video about suicide? And I was about to write a whole paragraph in response because I was so annoyed. And then I was like, you know what? I'm just going to post even more offensive jokes till this person unfollows me. I don't even give them the time of day anymore.
Well,
I am punching down on purpose sometimes just to get those people off my page.
Well, because what you're trying to do is bring light to something that might help other people.
Yes.
And just because it has the word suicidal ideation.
But I also want people to recognize this too about fiction. Okay, and I've thought of this analogy a lot. I didn't mean to cut you off.
No.
But it's like, there's a difference between a slasher horror film and a snuff film, right? So when people like horror films and like slasher films, I think it's too violent, but I would not judge other people for liking it, right?
Right.
Or like really,
this is exactly what I was going to say.
Like just like a lot of raunchy comedy. I feel like TV is too fucking gratuitous. Like it's too violent. It's too sexual. I don't need to see someone eating ass on HBO. But I don't.
You're not tweeting at the actor in the program.
But I just kind of go. I'll look away. I'll do whatever. I'll leave the room. I'm not gonna make them change what they do just because I don't like it. I don't think that dark comedy gets that same kind of leeway.
And you're subscribed to my feed. Unsubscribe.
But as long as it's a joke and it's fiction, right? Now, if you're actually not telling a joke, then that's kind of like a snuff film. Like, it's like, okay, now you're just doing hate speech. And that I think the distinction of a joke and not a joke is a very small distinction for a lot of people. But for me, that is the entire distinction that I think everyone's kind of ignoring. Because a joke has a structure. It's like a magic trick. You hide the trick, but you're conceiving of this trick, right?
Yeah.
And if you don't have any tricks in there, then you're not telling a joke. And I can always detect what a joke is. And even the worst joke, most offensive joke in the world that I might be offended by is still better than just a straight up horrible comment.
But isn't the whole thing with jokes, though, that there's a bit of truth?
I think maybe, but I think overall it's kind of a lie.
But it's
like it's like an exaggerated truth.
There's an angle on the truth. Like you're either satirizing something or you're relieving pain,
or you're
from
you're exaggerating a moment. It's like it's an emphasis on an exaggeration, right?
Right.
So it's like
right.
every. I mean, I'm gonna just tell like when I tell a joke and I'm trying to get a point across and I don't know how to do it, I just pretend a person is saying something to me.
Yes,
and then they said this, and I said this, and I was like, well, that didn't really
Sam
happen.
Morril, king of that.
Yeah. Sam Morril. Hey, how's it going, everybody? Sam Morril here doing a gay sex podcast.
Should we, Ali, do you have any gay sex stories that you want to share to round out the pod?
I keep trying to think of one.
Well, thank you. That was, like, insightful.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Was it? I mean, this is the least.
That's one of the most thoughtful conversations I've ever
This is
had.
This is the least funny. I was so excited to talk. I was like, oh, I'm gonna be so goofy and silly. And then we get into the studio and there's like a
It's the
podcast
Letterman
studio.
thing. We need to do a second one, and you're going to be like so weird.
Yeah, we need a second one because what
we
I had,
can't use any of that.
I had all
I
these.
asked all the comedy questions. I steered the ship here.
No, the thing when I got here, what I wanted to say, and I didn't get a chance to say this to you, is I'm so fucking proud of you because when we were doing our
cry, Ash.
I wanted to say before I wanted to say like when we first did the podcast. It was at the beginning of the pandemic, and I feel like we were like the only two people having fun on the internet. And I remember just thinking like we're just talking, and I remember
That's so true.
I was so surprised.
We were really some of the only people doing it.
I haven't.
yeah.
Yeah.
Go ahead.
I'm so sorry. I didn't mean to cut.
No. Go ahead.
I just remembered a sex question I have. I only had a question. My question was, do you suck on girls' boobs and call them mommy?
Okay.
I just want people to be honest.
I have had a sex story that I've told on the fucking podcast, Ali,
Yeah.
about a MILF
Yeah.
that I hooked up with.
Yeah.
And I asked her if I could call her mommy. And
You did it.
I did not call her. That was as close as I could get because of my own shame.
Yeah.
But I would absolutely do it.
Do you think men do that to women a lot? They suck on their tits and call them mommy?
I would guess yes.
I would also guess yes. Not
Yeah.
the super alpha toxic guys.
I would say especially them.
Yeah, I would
Do
say.
you think especially them?
Yes.
Yes.
Do you think they let
Absolutely.
themselves get weird?
Yes.
Yes.
I think they let themselves get so horny in the moment, and then afterwards, that's why they get mad. That they after they come, they're like, "Oh fuck, this bitch,
I just fucked my
I just fucking called her mommy, and I gotta call her."
Are you
bitch
calling
now."
people mommy?
No, it's just been coming up in my mind.
Oh, you're just asking for a friend, right?
Yeah, asking for a friend of mine. I've never done that, and I have no plans to.
Don't call her mommy.
But a friend of mine was curious if that's normal.
Just don't call him mom.
No, I wouldn't.
No, I'm
That's
kidding.
really
I'm
different.
kidding.
Mom, that mom is really weird.
Yeah, mom is.
Mom's really weird. Don't ever do that. As if that changes anything.
All right. Well, this was a really fun episode.
I hope so.
Yeah. Do you feel unsatisfied?
No, I feel like I'm usually a lot sillier and funnier, and I got into interview mode. It's like a self-conscious thing of mine. Like before, I did an ABC News interview.
I saw that. Yeah.
I was gonna I got a phone call from the producer, and it was like, "Oh, by the way, you remember to bring the funny." And I'm like, "Oh fuck, thanks for reminding me," because I think when there's an interview thing, you get into interview mode, and you're like, "I'm a comedian with all these things," and I kind of became this. I think I said fucking brilliant things, by the way, but I feel like I feel like I just kind of like broke my own rule a little bit, where I just like to be a clown and stuff.
It's like the story at the start was really the foreshadowing of this episode of like I did it once on Letterman and it was serious and it was perfect.
Yeah.
I did it a second time. I let myself loose and it was unusable.
That's right.
Yeah.
That's right. Thank you for. Oh my God, you are thematically. You brought
I
it
know,
all.
Ali is
that
a
was
very gifted podcast.
I'm a storyteller.
I'm actually going through
No.
that kind of. I'm editing my special right now, and I'm super in my head about the through line and whether or not it's too messy. But if you clean it up too much, it starts to feel distorted
right.
and sterile.
Yeah.
I'm kind of like freaking out about it if I'm going to be.
Oh,
totally
you're going to be
honest.
totally fine. Like people are just going to love. You use your instincts. If it feels right musically to you, right? Don't think about it too hard. Just
Yeah.
like look at it and if it,
I'm so obsessed with people watching the first few minutes and being like, "Where are the jokes?" Because in case I'm too silly.
No. So like you're really good at TikTok, right? Because
Yeah.
you know when to edit, when you get bored, right? Because the algorithm, you're always looking at like this video is going to show up on an algorithm, and the second you get bored, you edit that out, right?
Right.
And just do that with your special. You know how to do this. Just you have to believe in yourself.
Right.
And you have to like no, I'm being a fucking serious here. You have to believe in yourself and you have to have faith in your own sense of humor. Because
I think I over edited.
I was just about to say
I think I was too much cutting some of the silly.
But you'll obsess. You'll watch it again and again and again. I can see.
Yeah, I
And
think
go,
I
and you go,
overworked
I'm sure.
the dough.
No, you have to trust yourself the first, second time, and then move on because you lose sensibility when you kind of. Play
It's
it to death.
already. I would say because I've been doing comedy 9 years, I couldn't even tell you how funny the special actually even
Yeah,
was.
totally. I
Because
totally
it's just
get that.
so like it's those jokes are so. They're like
That's a huge. I totally get that. You ever have to do like CPR on a joke where you're like the audience knows this is funny, but I have to kind of revive this inside
For
of me.
me.
I know,
me.
I know. You know, I
Yeah.
watch my own special over 100 times, and I laugh every time. I mean, my story is about how I can't relate to this at all. You can't tell if your jokes are funny.
Is that true? You laugh every time?
Yeah, I think that I'm my.
Where's your
favorite.
special out?
It's on YouTube now, but it was like a special that never really took off, and it was on Hulu for a while. But I don't want to promote that because I'm a different comedian now. But yeah, I am a huge fan of my own stand-up. I don't know if I'm the best comedian, but I am my favorite. And I'm just doing stand-up that I would want to see. When I was telling you about you have to trust your sense of humor, because before you became a comedian, you had a sense of humor, right? And sense of humor and being funny are different. But sense of humor is like knowing what's funny, right? So when I'm performing comedy, I'm performing for me as a fan who has a good sense of humor.
I think
I'm essentially performing for myself every time.
Yeah, but the issue, this is what I come up against with that, is that my taste is up here, and my
yes.
talent level is closing with my taste every year, right?
Yeah.
I'm getting closer and closer
Yes.
to my taste. That's the whole thing. That's Ira Glass of the gap.
Yeah,
That
I
your
love that.
skill is here, but your taste is here.
If
And
you're
that
a
is what's
new artist, go watch
excruciating.
that.
But all of that is, and this is going to sound like, all of that for me is a state of mind, right? So when I take time off, all I do is figure out ways to remind myself that I'm funny, right? And the second that you know that you're funny, nothing can stop you. Even
That's also true.
even if you're not funny tonight, or even if you're not funny for a month, you're still funny. And once that happens, everything starts clicking together.
I think for me, it's like this fear of random internet users as opposed to my fans, like what they're going to think of me in those first few minutes. But also, like, I know how funny I am in the room. I not to toot my own horn, but I think any room, I know how to grab by
Absolutely.
the throat,
Yes,
shake, and make them the best crowd they've ever been.
Yeah.
That doesn't always translate to screen at home. And that's
Well, yeah, stand-up was never meant for that.
yeah.
It's meant to be
So
live,
now it's like
low ceilings, dark, in the moment, the community in the room. Not
so now I'm
taped
like,
and
well, and we'll wrap
recycled
up
and-
because we're way over. But like, now I'm looking at my own special, being like, how much of the room do I want to bring into this?
This is a whole different episode.
Yeah.
I know. I don't know the answer.
Real quick, I know we're over, but in case you were wondering why is there not enough gay sex, they've been having gay sex the entire time we've been talking.
That makes me want to vomit.
These two, they've actually
That
been
really
having.
repulses me.
It actually, it also
kidding.
repulses me.
And I think
I'm
you're
sorry.
great, but I,
If you felt there was not enough gay sex on this episode, Ali and I may or may not have been fingering each other under the table.
I'm so sorry.
that
I'm
is
feeling,
so weird to me, right? It's
Yeah,
so
no,
weird
I don't
to you.
wanna-
We
Did
would
I-
never.
No.
If that was uncomfortable, you can
I
cut
actually
it out.
feel like I'm suddenly we're like
almost
straight
angry.
frat guys, like football players. I'm like, I'll never fucking
For-
another dude.
No, forget it.
What
You know
the
what?
fuck? I would never fucking touch his junk. We're boys. Like I can feel myself becoming like toxically.
I
like,
feel-
homophobic.
No, yeah. I get homophobic.
I'm like, ooh, what the
I
fuck?
get so homophobic when anyone implies that I would ever have sex with another boy lesbian.
I know. I'm like, what? I'm not
I'm
gay.
really sorry for that joke. You can cut it out.
No,
we have to keep
leave
it.
it. Leave it.
I feel
everything.
predatory.
It's important
now.
for the
All right.
community.
Thank you so much.
Well, what do you want to plug, Robin? Thank you so much for doing
yeah,
this.
that's my time with David Letterman mostly. And,
Okay.
and,
I'm
and
watching
on
that tonight.
Robin Tran 04 on Instagram and Twitter. I'm very active on social media, and you can find all my stuff on that.
Yeah, and you're huge on TikTok as well.
Robin Tran comedian on TikTok. It's kind
Yeah.
of died down on TikTok, but yeah, Instagram and Twitter is more Robin Tran 04.
And do you have a YouTube?
Yeah, I think it's Robin Tran 04 on YouTube
Just
also.
go follow Robin's social media so that you can see her when she goes on tour. Okay, you piece of shit. And same goes for me. Get on my text alert. My special's coming out soon. Ali, what do you want to plug?
Ali Kolbert on everything. The Ali Kolbert Show podcast.
And I'm doing it tomorrow.
Tomorrow.
So there'll be another opportunity
Ashley
to watch
Gavin
us.
episode. And you should come on as well.
Oh, sure. I mean, I don't know. Whenever.
Well, we'll text about it.
Okay.
Thank you for listening. Patreon.com/WHGS to make this pod possible. Yes. Little Borat for you. Okay, and my gay thought. What is my gay thought? Let me go to the Discord. Let's go to the Discord for this gay thought. We have a Discord where there's probably like 7,000 people in here now at this point. Oh, this is a very nice gay thought here. As much as being trans is scary and difficult, I wouldn't trade it to the world. This is actually, okay. This is actually a great this is from our moderator on the Discord, Abby, who does an incredible job. Would you trade it? It's a hard question because we don't know the other my cat. We don't know the other outcome. We can never know what it would have been like to have a life without trauma. We only know ourselves as these full actualized people. And the more actualized we become, God, this is gay, the harder it is to imagine letting go of it because we've taken the hard things and we've made them really beautiful things, you know? And the sex is better, categorically, scientifically better. So I don't know. It's hard to say. It's hard to say because for so many people, it is so tough. For so many people we know and love, they don't survive it, you know? So it's hard to say. But I know, God, I wouldn't trade it, especially now that I've made investment in my cat. The investment in the wardrobe. I'd have to return a lot of clothes. Yeah, buddy. You're losing it. You're losing it. I was on tour, so Fulton is always very excited and loving when I'm back. Okay, guys, have a great week.